Did the COVID vaccine corrupt the human seed line? In every generation, there are questions people whisper but rarely say out loud. Questions born from fear, confusion, and the sense that the world is shifting under our feet. And one of those questions is this: did the COVID vaccine corrupt the human seed line? Did science cross a boundary God himself established? Did something happen to the image bearers? To answer that, we have to go back to the beginning, not to 2020, but to Genesis. Because the Bible doesn't begin with pandemics or politics. It begins with identity. It begins with the image of God. Humanity was created with intention, purpose, and dignity. Not as accidents of biology, but as reflections of the Creator. Image bearers, carrying His likeness into the world. But the story doesn't stay peaceful for long. In Genesis 6, something happened that shook creation. The sons of God crossed a boundary. They took the daughters of men. They produced offspring that were not fully human. The Nephilim, a corruption of the seed line, a distortion of the image, a violation of God's design. And God intervened, not out of anger alone, but out of protection, to preserve the human line through which the Messiah would come. That event was supernatural. It was cosmic. It was rebellion from another realm. And nothing in modern medicine resembles it. Today, people fear that science has once again crossed a line. That something has been introduced into the bloodstream that changes what it means to be human. And here's the truth: as far as we know, nothing about the COVID vaccine alters the human genome. Nothing in it rewrites DNA. Nothing in it changes the essence of humanity. Nothing in it resembles the Genesis 6 event. But let's go deeper. Because the real issue is not molecules, it's identity. The image of God is not fragile. It is not erased by medicine. It is not undone by technology. It is not threatened by human invention. The image of God is spiritual, ontological, breathed into humanity by the Creator Himself. If DNA changes could erase the image of God, then every person with a genetic disorder, every child born with a mutation, every human with a chromosomal variation would somehow be less human. And Scripture never teaches that. But before we go any further, let me say this: we see through a stained glass dimly. We don't have perfect knowledge. We don't see the whole picture. We don't pretend to know what only God knows. But we can say this with confidence: nothing in Scripture suggests the image of God can be erased by a medical procedure. And nothing in modern science resembles the corruption of the seed line in Genesis 6. So if the vaccine didn't corrupt the seed line, what did Jesus mean when He said, "Depart from me, I never knew you"? He wasn't talking about biology. He wasn't talking about medicine. He wasn't talking about DNA. He was talking about identity, belonging, relationship, covenant. Jesus didn't say, "Depart from me, your genome was altered." He said, "I never knew you," meaning, you were never mine. You never belonged to me. You never entered the relationship that restores the image and renews the heart. The danger today is not corrupted DNA, it's a corrupted identity. A world that forgets who it is. A generation that loses sight of what it means to be human. A culture that trades the Creator's design for its own. The real battle is not in the bloodstream, it's in the soul. And here's the good news: Christ is the restorer of the image. The second Adam. The perfect image bearer. The one who came to renew what sin distorted. The one who knows His own. The one who calls His people by name. And the one who will never say, "Depart from me," to those who belong to Him. So the question is not, did the vaccine change me? The question is, do I belong to Christ? Because the only identity that cannot be shaken is the one rooted in Him. And in a world filled with fear, confusion, and stained glass vision, the safest place to stand is in the hands of the one who created you, redeemed you, and calls you His own. Thanks for watching. If this brought clarity or lifted fear off your heart, take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next teaching. It strengthens the work and helps this reach those who need it.